I'm about to go live here. We are live. This is TikTok. I'm going to put this up on YouTube as well. Probably going to go about an hour today, just basically describing what the markets are. I thought that the day would be bloody. It was. It looks like we're having a rally here, though. So that we get some big, nice green boner candles, and we're about 1 hour till the bell. Thing about it is, at the bell, we've got President Biden is going to give some remarks. I'm guessing that's going to be on Ukraine. At least that's what Bloomberg is telling me now. At least Bloomberg today has not been all Ukraine all day long. So while people join, I want to just give a couple things here that will be on YouTube. One is this Bullard guy from the Fed who keeps talking, who sits on the committee. He is apparently, I didn't know this, but he's the most hawkish that there is. I wish they would get other people on the more conservative side, right? Because I don't think that they can. I don't think it's conceivable from what I understand, right? Again, and my brain's about this small, but from what I understand, 7 hikes. I think that you would throw the entire economy into recession. I think the yield curves would invert. I think that housing would crash. I think that car loans would literally crash. I think you can do about 2 to 3, right? And then by June, you can look and see where we are, right? Because what they don't want to do, right, is have the jobless claims start going up. And if you start increasing that fast, that quick, one of the things you're going to have is, and one of their goals is for literally the maximization of employment, right? And I think with this, I think with the net 7 hikes, I think the banks are just way overestimating this, right? Way overestimating. 2 to 3, let's see where we are in June, right? But maximum employment is their goal, not to hike and stable prices, right? So I think the stable prices will actually stabilize themselves to a certain extent, right? So that's kind of where we are. I've got some stocks today. I've got a REIT and a tobacco stock that I think you're going to want to like as we go into these. I wouldn't really call them value stocks because they're very good asymmetrical risk, meaning that their cash values here and they're trading here. So the downside risk is not much, and they're paying 7%. So we'll talk about that and we'll get right to that. Currently, right now, let me just set the table real quick and then we'll get into it. Dow is literally even right now. NASDAQ is down about 56 points, and the S&P is even. So we fought back. I did not think this was going to happen. I still think that we could have a massive sell-off. I really believe that. But I did. So I bought into 2 more star nodes, right? Because it's so cheap. Why not? Again, I could lose that. That could be a rug pull. That's on the crypto side. But I also went in to 10% cash on hand. So I've got a bunch of cash for the stock market. One, I sold out of ARK. My 75% of my position, I am now out of ARK, 75%. So I've got 25% of my position still in the ARK funds. And I think that ARK can literally go to 50, guys. I literally think it can go to 50. And if it defeats 50, well, the low 50s is kind of where I believe it could go. If it goes below 50, all might be lost for her. So all right. Really quick, where we at? Yay or nay? XCH. Let me look at XCH. I thought I did that yesterday, right? XCH, the Chia. Is that the right one? I've got Chia. That's a nay, bro. I cannot. I mean, literally, what's it at? 73 cents. If I'm even going to take a position, I'd have to be at 279. And that is a long way off. So I think that's the right one. Chia is what I've got. XCH Chia, correct? So let me know if that's correct. Finished beating off to yeah, Biden's press conference. My day's going good. Not as good as yours though. Just shout out to Title there. What do you think of next? Let's look and see what I think of next? I do think that after today, oh yeah, dude, next is phenomenal. This is probably going to be the best stock of the day. I don't know why you don't stay long. I still think crude hits 100. The reason I think that we could sell off here, and again, I'm going out on a big limb here, but who wants to hold stocks, institutional, if you're on and even retail on swing trades, 3 days. Again, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, right? So it's a 3-day weekend. So you be holding stocks. So a lot can happen within 3 days, right? There's guys that don't want to even hold overnight risk, much less 3-day risk, right? So I still think we could see a sell-off. I am very surprised and glad to say that I hope I'm wrong and that people are buying the dip, but I think that we need to get more into cash, guys. And that's why we kind of continue to sell off, because I think this gets worse. I just don't see the fear, right? Here's the thing. I was looking at SPY and VU and literally S&P, right? We're only down 10%, 12%. That's it. That's not a big down, right? And if and most 401ks are in those, like probably 50% of them, right? So my point is that I think the Fed, and again, I don't know jack shit, right? But my thought would be the Fed's looking at this going, we're only down 10, 12, 15%, right? We could go down another 5, 10, 15%, and who cares, right? Now the growth stocks are down, but the overall market, 10%, 12% is all. So that is, I think, where it comes into where they may be a little bit aggressive initially with the 2 to 3 and just kind of see where June's at, but they are not going to risk unemployment going up with 7 rate hikes. I just don't think that's going to be the case, right? That may already be priced into, so that would be great for the market if that does happen. Next, you stay long above 650. 650, you stay long on the NEX. That's a very good stock, and I believe it probably it's going sideways now. But let's see what happens over the weekend. I'm not telling you to hold. I'm not telling you to sell. I'm not telling you to buy. But if it were me, and you probably got in lower, it's definitely a hold. It might be a buyer right now. Now, if the stock market starts to go down, I'd probably buy that dip. I got to keep it real here. So market is, I see a red candle, but I'm on the 15-minute candle. So, all right, let's go. Bastard base, love it. 100% gains in 3 months. Congratulations to you. Palantir. So I was just on a Twitter Spaces of Palantir, and there are some guys that just love Palantir. I think there's more blood to come. I do. It's $11. This was a $30 stock. $11. I think $9. It could easily go to $9. So, but do I think you can nibble here? Absolutely. Right. I think there is now. There's no support underneath this. Understand that. So this is one of the first times I'm going to tell you that you got zero support. Okay, zero. But if your horizon is 5 to 10 years, that's a buy. If your horizon is a year, not a buy, right? Not a buy, right? Because this thing may not come back for 3-4 years. Just letting you know. All right. That's just the way I feel that. And I literally just got off with an oil company was in the Spaces, and they were talking about how they first used Palantir back in 2015 or 2016. Anyway, a long time ago, because he bought the stock when they went public, and I want to say it went public like in 2020, I believe, September. He said. So there you go. Congratulations on your gains. Jerome Powell saved us. Awesome. Tesla, do you think, man, Tesla dropped today, and let's see what it's doing now with the comeback. Again, the key level is 900. It's just sitting right there. It's at 856 today. It went down as low and touched the 200-day. So understand that 200-day 3 times now has acted as, well, went right above it. But yeah, it went to 837. So it's back up some at least. It's only down 2.5% to 2.3%. It was down close to 5%. So it touched that. I think 900 is the key level. I'd like to see it get above that and follow through. And then that's where I'd probably start to nibble more. But right here, Man, I mean, 900 is the level. Underneath that, the level is going to be, and it touched it like late January, 798, so 800-ish, right? But there's multiple levels as you go down, but 900 is the level where I jump out of the stock is probably, so it's 857, 800 to where I drop, because who knows how low it could go. There's various levels here. 750, then you've got 626, and then probably a bigger level is this 690-ish. So there you go. That's Tesla. Watch yourself there, though. Roblox, yeah, man. I just, again, another Cathie Wood stock. ARK is just getting beat up. I mean, I don't know how she recovers. Again, she could go to 50 on the RK. And but the funny thing was, in January, she had inflows. So she was positive inflows in January. So I'm not going to count her out. I'm just not going to jump back in anytime soon. All right. So we base out today is, gosh, it's bad. It's very bad. It's at 50.04, 70. It's got to get above 70. We're a long way from it. Is this one that might be buying the dip in? No. I think this one could have a long way to go down. And there's no support. There's no support, man. I wish I could give you better news, but it literally broke yesterday, and today it fully broke the lower downward trend line, and now it could be an absolute free fall now. So what's happening, brother? Dude, the wall, you love it? Yeah. I'm in a warehouse, man, built in like the 50s. So yeah, we have one of the largest women's hats wholesaling companies in the Southwest. So I'm in a 10,000 square foot warehouse back here. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. I need answers on Roblox. I can't get the only thing that I could tell you that might help you here is that wait. Go to cash. If you're still in it, I might jump. I would really consider jumping out. Again, not financial advice. That's what I would do. Like, I rode ARK down to what? She's at 64 today. I jumped 30% out at 72. She's at 64 now, and I'm almost completely out. So I've got a little bit left, right? Which I'll probably keep for the, till death do us part, baby. Square, what's up, Square today? Again, another Cathie Wood, just going to the depths of hell. It's a 98. This was a freaking $300 stock. Had 3 bad days. It's touching off a lower trend line, the lower trend line. It could go, so there could be support from a different trend line if it's drawn correctly at 80. But you're at 98 right now. I don't know if you want to take that chance. I really don't. These growth stocks are getting hit hard, and they're going to continue to get hit hard. Again, you've got support at 80-ish, right? It's not real support. It's a trend line. So those aren't, I'd like to see it it's really got to reattain. I mean, if you can reattain 150, let's call it, it's 153, but let's call it 150. I think you could get bullish there, but it's got to get way back here up here, and you're not going to like this 193. So got a long way to go there. All right, NEO it is. So geopolitical risk. By the way, if you want to talk Ukraine real quick, the games are ending. So that's what I would be worried about as far as if a skirmish breaks out or if talks don't go well over the weekend. NEO, here we go, based out at 1961 at 23.35. Congratulations. I've got a line here going back to last part of December at 32. You're at 23. That's not the worst stock right now. It's got a 41 relative strength on index. Not bad, but it is pointed down. Again, I need that's where I would probably get long at to help you out here. If you're holding it, I think you could hold here. Understand the only thing underneath it is that wick at 1934. That is literally where you jump out at. So you're at 23.35, so not too far. All right, there you go. Thank you. The bleeding will continue. Yeah, so I think that there's a ton of fear still. I think this is not ending anytime soon. Check it. Let's check back on the fear. End of spring, right? I don't see it any. Really quick, couple of two stocks I saw today that I really like. One's a REIT, right? The downside. This is like the cash they have on hand, and this is where the stock price is, right? So the downside risk is very, very small, and the upside risk is pretty good, and they pay a 7% dividend. LADR, and there's a tobacco stock, MO, same exact thing. Cash on the balance sheet, right? That would equal this price here, right? The price here, but the price is right here. So the downside is not that much, right? As far as value goes, but the upside, it could go 20% up, and it's got a 7% dividend yield. So there you go. Those are my two stocks. Oh, by the way, just really quick, I know I'm kind of talking to myself. Did y'all see what NOTV did today? So called NOTV yesterday. You can check check the last TikTok that I did. Did a call. NOTV went up 18%, and right now it's sitting at 16. So, and it barely gapped up. It gapped up 3%. It's at 16. It went to 18. It may have gone to 20, but when I looked, the highest point was at 18%. So, I don't do those very often. I usually get 2, 3, 4, 5% tops. But this one we got. And it was a very small buy, but it was a new buy. A new buy are that's like, and the stock had been beaten down. Right? If you look at NOTV, it's literally went straight down. 3 big red candles down, popped it. I saw a new buy by this chief strategy officer. I'm like, interesting. So there you go. That's a humble brag, yes. Do you consider 12 years a long time away from retirement? Yeah, it's a long time. I like 20 years though. I'd rather have the 20. The 10 is, yeah. You got some runway there. I wouldn't be 50% growth. Let's just say that with 12 years left. So, but I think if you get cash on hand here, let's let this thing go as low as it's going to go. Again, the S&P is only down 10, 11, 12%, right? Whatever that is right now, right? That's it. So this thing could go a lot lower. I don't think the Fed cares. Now, all right, we're starting to get some red candles on the 15-minute with 45 minutes left. So watch yourself. Watch the sell-off. I saw Tesla today. Good. That's probably smart. So there's a real chance, guys, that we walk in here on Tuesday and that thing is 4 or 5% down. I'm not kidding you. Like, that's worst case. Probably 1 or 2, 3% down, but there's a real possibility it could be extremely bloody in free fall. It's our action on CXDO. What? Let me look. CXDO. I do not see it on my spreadsheets right now, but I'll look at the stock. CXDO. Is that what it was? Yeah. So you would have to give me what he's who bought, if he or she bought, but the volume is so low. Yeah, volume 6,000 shares traded. That is not a good. That's easily manipulated either way, right? So and it's up against the 50-day and a upper downward trend line there. So watch out on that CXDO. PayPal. I like PayPal long. Right? Long term. Let me just say that, like 5 years from now, right? But it just continues to drop. Man, it's at 103. When was the last time it was at 103? I'm going back. Literally, that was May of 2020. So that's how far it's gone. So it can fall. It can fall more, but there's going to be support. Point is, though, is that I just think it moves a lot like Square does. I just think it's going the wrong way. To help you out, it's at 103.87. All right. it would need, there is a at 139, 140-ish. There's a gap there because I guess they missed earnings or something. It will run to 150. So at 140-ish, it'll run to 156 very quickly. But it's going to get back up there. And the relative strength is under 30. It's at 21. It's been there since the 1st of February. So it's just not a good stock right now. If you're holding that stock, I think that stock's going to continue to bleed out. There's nothing on the chart that tells me that it's going to make a run. It's just not there. All right, what's up? I need to recoup about $200 a day by end of business. Any advice? I think a sell-off is coming again. That's just me, and I'm seeing I'm seeing red candles. Here's the sell-off comes. I'm telling you, it could get bad. And Biden speaks as soon as the markets close. Biden will get up there. So I'm telling you, I've got red candles, and they're not small. So if you need to make something up, short something very quickly for the last half hour, there you go. Thanks for the follows, guys. Mo is a dividend aristocrat. Oh, is that from what's that guy's name? JC? JC, yeah. So Mo is 7%, and what's that stock? I didn't even look. I looked at this morning. Let me see where it's at as far as. Yeah, it's at an all-time high. So today, in fact, it went to an all-time high. Now it's at 51. So I knew it was close, but I didn't know it was going to break out. So, wow, it's great. There you go, Mo. That's right. But I heard the Mo. So I was listening to Spaces on dividend yields, and Mo was thrown out, and it was one of the ones that I liked when I looked at it. So there you go. What's a good put to take over the weekend? I don't know, man. There's a lot. Just take a growth stock. Literally take about the 400 growth stocks. Just name one. Square's not bad. So I'm not gonna sit there and just name Spotify. What is Spot doing today? By the way, with the Joe Rogan getting paid more, well, he probably deserves more. So yeah, Spot's all-time, or I guess that's an all-time low at 153. No, it's not an all-time low. And it broke it. Oh man. So understand at 153, it's sitting on some resistance back in. There's some resistance there where it's sitting. So I think a spot put wouldn't be the worst. But again, any growth stock, I think. But again, not financial advice. I'm just telling you like it is. I think it might open green next week and create another death crop. That's not. It's not a terrible thought, right? Like, are we seeing the sell-off yet? It's coming, guys. I'm telling you. Here it is. So we got half an hour left, 40 minutes left. So, yes, I think on Monday, or sorry, on Tuesday, you could see green. I don't know if I think if something happens with Putin and Ukraine, it's not positive. It just seems like the market is so reactive to the littlest events, right? I mean, there was a fire. They were showing it on Bloomberg. It was like a house was on fire, but there was no evidence at all, like some mortar shell hit or something. No, there's no evidence of that. It was just a house on fire. So they thought it was. So anyway, we can talk about journalism better, but could it open green? Man, I just don't see green on Tuesday. I don't, but I could be wrong. So, and I'd like to be wrong. Stocks are definitely going lower. I would tend to agree. Should I get my 2-month-old stocks or cryptos? So there is some evidence that crypto, which by the way, it's not looking. So let's talk about crypto just really quick. So Bitcoin defeated the 41, It did go to 39, but it looks like it's holding 40 right now, right? So 41 was the key level. The next key level for the psychological, really not a key level, but the psychological level is 40K, right? It defeated that. It's now back above that. To be bullish over the weekend, right? We need to be above 41K. I would tell you right now, again, not financial advice, but what I'm doing as a guy that's been in crypto since 2012, I will not buy any crypto until that Bitcoin gets above 41. I'd like to see Ethereum above 29 too. It's at 27.86. So understand that. We buy high, we sell higher. I got to see the momentum going back up. I've got to see it. And I'd like to see a full day. I understand. Crypto trades 24/7, so there's no full days, but there is full days. There's full candle days. So my point is, 41, want to see some follow through, then I get back into crypto at these lows. But right now, if we start breaking 39, 38, which are not even levels of interest, that thing is headed towards, was it 34 that I said? 33? But the key level of support where we were back in June is 29. 29K. We break that, all hell's going to break loose. Literally. So understand where your resistance is. Right now it's at 41K. It was support, now it's resistance. So here is really the end all beat all support to where you just sell it all is at 29K, right? So again, it might go to 28.5 or something like that. So it's 29K-ish, right? So don't be selling everything right at 29K. But my point, you get my point though. Like it defeats that, goes to 28, 27. It's going to the teens. So just been at this long enough. I know. Yeah, thoughts on Bitcoin. Those are my thoughts. There you go. We're at 40,000. I don't want to see 40,000. We need to see 41,000. The bullish thing that Bitcoin ever did, and we saw it, got above 41, ran all the way to 44, 45, and then what did it do? Crash back down because now we're correlated with the market because there's so many institutional investors that are in equities and they're also in what? Crypto. It's exactly right. So my point is that now, so hopefully this correlation ends fairly quick, right? And so high Palantir price, we just talked about it. It's just, well, if I could put the P in, PLTR, it's still going lower. We saw it at 11, it's now at 1093. This thing could be a $5 stock. I'm just telling you now, right? I just listened to Spaces on it. I was just telling them, listen to Spaces. This could go low. I like the company long term. Don't get me wrong, but the chart, nothing is telling me that this thing cannot go lower, and that's what scares me about it. 10 years from now, when it bounces off its lows and starts back up, it's bangers. But now, no. In fact, I wouldn't even touch this thing till 17-20ish. So there you go. It's at $11 right now. I don't like gold. I'm not in gold, but gold's about to hitting all-time highs. So I'm not trying to be right. I'm trying to make money. So might I get in gold? Yes. Probably gold ETF. I'm almost certain I'm in a gold ETF, but it's not much, right? But that would be my 401k though. So I may or may not have bought something 5 years ago. We'll see. So, but yeah, gold is not the worst play right now. In fact, it's probably going to do better than crypto for the next maybe week. Maybe, as long as this Ukraine skirmishes continue to happen, gold will continue to do well. All right, because it's not just us buying; it's the world buying. All right, we got Walgreens, the Boots Alliance, which I thought they sold that, but I guess that's not hadn't gone through. Understand, you're at 46.65. It bases out at 43. So watch that. Where I'd get long is it's pretty consistent. It's at 50. It's at 50, 30-ish, right? So, which would put you above the 200 day. That's where I get long. It's at 46. We're not too far from that. And just in the mid of January, you were around 54, 55, which is close to all-time highs. So that's WBA, which is Walgreens. There you go. Appreciate you. Thanks. Ha! Ha! I love it, man. Shout out to you. Bottom shop, man. I don't, didn't shop come public here? It's at 663. It is up today, but slightly. All right, so let's see how far back can I go? All right, 663. It broke resist, so there is some support at 660. It's 660. There's some support. There's some support where it's sitting. The next support is going to be 5. So here you go. If it falls from there, the next support is going to be 546. So let's call it 550-ish. So that's your next support on, and that's going back 2 years. Good Lord. So all right. So where would I get long? I think I've done this before. Yeah, that 1050, right? Yep, 1050-ish. Again, long way to go to get back there, but you were just there in mid-January. So you won't get back there that fast. In fact, it's probably going lower, just so you know. So by the way, so Kathy Wood did come out and say that she might start buying a little bit of Microsoft, which would be divergent of her 5-year outlook, and say I'm buying the safe bet, even though it's technology and it's a metaverse play. But I think she's seeing the writing on the wall because she can't afford to go much lower. Again, it could go to 50. So Lucid, yay or nay? Let's go. I'm going to probably say it's not terrible, and there's serious resistance, which was support, right? It's just riding. It's consolidating, right? I'm not saying it's going to break up or break down. Probably going to break down in this market, but I will tell you this: it's at 2650. If you can get above 29, 20, let's call it 30ish. If you can get above 30ish, you might start to nibble, right? Again, in markets like this, though, if it does go up, you're gonna have to take profits, though, right? I don't know when you got in, and don't let the trade become an investment. That's the worst thing we can do right now, because if a trade becomes an investment, it may continue to go down, and you're going to lose. Much like I did with ARK. I should have jumped out of ARK at 90, where the support was. I didn't do it till 70, and that's probably 25% of my entire 401. Like ARK K, ARK G, ARK F. So, yeah, I did not play that well, but I never really thought about BTC and ETH. Still have a ways to go. I'll still get some sell now. Look, so for Bitcoin and for equities, here's I think is the best strategy. We don't know what the Fed's going to do. Fed's going to say something on the next public comment by the Fed is March 16th. The CPI print is March 13th, right? So here's the thing. The Fed could completely throw us off and go unchanged. With the Ukraine, they might go unchanged, right? And so what if the market starts to go back up? Because everything else is priced in. So then you just missed a 10 to 12% down in the S&P or SPY or VU. So you want to be ready for that. That's probably not going to happen. It's probably going to be a 50%. But if they raise too much, too fast, the unemployment rate goes up. And that's their number one priority, right? Again, I'm not going to sit here and tell you what I think what the Fed's going to do. Anybody that does that does not know what they're talking about, right? But the thought is, for me, is that I don't think they're going 7 rate hikes. I think that would absolutely take unemployment up. That's the last thing they want to do, right? They have 2 goals. That's their number one goal, and it's not close, right? The next goal is like the stabilization of prices. So, all right, BTC and ETH. I think as it goes down, if you want to buy, I'd be nibbling. I would not be buying big, right? Because again, at 20, if it holds at 29, starts to get back up to 24, 20, 25, then you might take some larger bites at that point. But I can't see me taking huge bites in alts. And by the way, my node plays, which are, I got 3 strong, 3 star. Titano, whatever else I got, right? So yield nodes. So those are all taking beatings right now, right? So I'm not getting my money back for, which was going to be what? Like one was 10 days, one was 100 days. Now those are, being extended out because they've got price exposure. That's the problem, right? So, what do you think of XRP? I think XRP's got to get above $1. That's what I think. XRP right now. Let's just play this out. XRP. So do a solid where I think that I might buy back in. It's not having the worst day. Tell you that. It's bad, but it's not real bad. Yeah, I mean I like it at, what's it at? 76. All right. If I'm a betting man, I like it at 88, and then I like it even more at that. It's 96. So let's just call it $1, which that's always what it's been for the last six months. It's got to get above $1. Cardano's in the same boat. Cardano's got to get above 105. So there you go. XRP. What I think of XRP, I got a bag going back to what, 2016, 2017. So I hope it does well. So, but I've got zero thoughts on XRP. I do think that if Ripple Labs wins, that you might see all of crypto celebrate. But I think the XRP probably goes up. I don't know if it goes to an all-time high, but I don't think $2 to $3 is out of the question. So I don't, because that would put it back into like 2017 mode. So Lucy, we did. What's up? Should we? Yeah. So I think so. From what I gather, right, all the people that I talk to and that I listen to, 30% cash, 30%. Again, not financial advice. 30% cash. It's what you should be holding, right? 30% cash, because this thing probably is going lower. In fact, I'm trying to keep an eye out on the market. We're going down, and we are dropping quick in the Dow. Again, people are not going to want to be holding stocks on a 3-day weekend with the Ukraine situation. I told you this, guys, yesterday. We are now in the Dow, we are at intraday lows, and NASDAQ is getting close. And so is the S&P. S&P key level that we need to maintain, it's at 43.41, 4,500. That's the key level. We got to get back above that, right? And we're going the wrong way. So that's a problem. Thoughts on FANG with the earnings after hours today? Well, I love the energy sector. Oh, yeah, dude, you stay long here. Plus, it looks like crude's probably going to 100. And what's crude finished at 93, I think Bloomberg said. 93 or 94 today. I've got two calls, one on MRO, one on USL. Short term though. There's banks saying that crude could go to 160. I think that's a little much, right? Once the Ukraine situation dies down, but we are going into the summer too. So you got to think about that. So if this thing actually moves into the summer, and you got the Ukraine, and you got summer gas, traveling, could it hit 160? It could. Probably not, though. I think it peaks at maybe 105, 112. As far as FANG goes, man, you stay long. It's at 130. I think the jump-off point for you, I don't know when you got in, but the jump-off point for me is probably about there's a couple levels, 124, and then base would be 115. So that's where I jump out. Other than that, I'd probably be, I'm not saying I'd be smashing it, but I'm knocking that out pretty good right now, because I bet those earnings come in good, and with the appreciation in the stock over the next probably couple days, because I don't see oil going down anytime soon. Let's just say that. All right. Twilio, I hadn't seen that in a while. So option expirations are also, that's not that. We've got option expirations hitting the market right now. So, all right. Twilio, the same boat as Square, as PayPal. That they do different things, but the chart looks exactly the same. Man, I cannot tell you that I just wouldn't be in the stock right now. It's in free fall. it's got to reattain, and it's right here. It's pretty simple. Right around 238, 237 ish, right? It's got to reattain. It's at 158, and so that's just not a good. Like if I'm in this right now, I'm jumping out. But because how far does this thing go back? Gosh, where was this thing at? All right, so it's got. Oh yeah, so it's at 150. It could easily drop, and I mean to 121 here. That's not a play, man. It's not a play. If you're in this stock, it really needs to get back up to that 180 mark, and you're so far, man. It's so far away. That's a tough stock, man. I'm sorry, bro. It's just, I mean, again, if I'm playing it where I get long is again one. What did I say? I mean, there's some places to go here, right? But if I'm being honest with myself, 230, 239, right in that range. There you go, man. I'm sorry, bro. Off to 150 a barrel. Hey, I'm not saying you're wrong. I am not going to say that you're wrong with 150 a barrel. Yes, so the Iran supply is like at historic lows. That supply could be coming on. Now, from what I understand, it might be a little too, so there's sweet, there's light, there's sweet, there's whatever the heavy one is. So yes, that would definitely help. Would definitely help. Let's just see. That's why we got to see it. Let this play out. But yeah, that's a very good point. Who is that? Is it accidental? Shout out, bro. Can you change a flat tire? Let's just say that I would call it AAA just to make sure. I would change it and then call them to make sure it was done correctly. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. NVIDIA. So NVIDIA to me is, 10 years out. It's down close to 4%. Went to 4%. It is like in year 230. You were just there, not 4 days ago. 4 days. It's gone down that much. So it can absolutely get back there fairly quickly within days. So I understand where the next support is. We said 230. The next support would be at 209. Let's call it 210-ish, right? So understand if it goes below that, you might want to save yourself some heartache, because what I'm seeing as far as after that, it goes to 160, or could go to 162. I'm not going back, 15 years. So there you go. But to me, semis, I think, what are they down? It's a 335. They're down 30%. That sucks, believe me. But I think for the next 10 years, they'll continue to print. Do I buy some here? I think I'd like to see the momentum go back up with some follow through before I even nibble there. But yes, you could. Solana, let's do that. SOL it is. So it's had a bad day today, which that's not, it's having a bad 3 months. So Solana, I think I've done this one before. It's at 990. So your next level is at 118. Yeah, 18. Let's call it 120-ish. 120-ish is the level for Solana for me to get long, right? Now it's been to, what did it go to? 250? No, it went up above that. 262. So it can do it, but it's just doing this. Like it's literally doing this, right? It's just making lower lows and lower highs. So there you go. So Solana, I'm bullish on Solana long term, much like I am the semis, but I think there could be some more pain. That's why you have to watch Bitcoin and Ethereum, mainly Bitcoin, right? Licensed to what? No, was a CISSP. I was a licensed PI for a while too. What's up? All right. So what if you're looking for like not financial advice? If that's what you're looking for, this is for entertainment purposes only, brother. And this will be up on YouTube. So all right. We are 15 minutes from the close, guys. So snow, not the worst stock. So you're at 274. Understand where it's gone to and where it bases out at is 244. If it gets 244, you're in trouble. 274 is where it's at now. I've got a line here where I get long is at that 326 level. 326. Again, you got good ways to go, but that was mid-Feb or 1st of February. You were there, right? So again, I would think that snow is probably going to continue to kind of do this, right? Drop a little bit. So watch yourself. Clearly, if you know it under under that 244, under that 244, watch yourself, because at that point it might fall. Let me see how far back that goes. Yeah, it wouldn't fall that much. 240. So all right, there you go. But that's the levels of interest you need to be watching. All right. As a mortal almighty God, I am giving every country more land and more wealth. That's awesome. God is good, brother. In NGL. NGL is Energy Partners. Not terrible. It's at 206. Like to see it above 270, which you were just there like the 1st of February. All-time high is, or at least the trailing 12-month high is 319. It's going to hit, understand where I jump out to, 180-ish is where I jump out. And actually you can start to nibble at that 231, 230-ish. And then that 270 is where you get real long. So there you go. Not the worst stock. Again, another good energy stock, which that's what I'm playing. That, and I'm playing financials, but financials are starting to break down too now. So what software to use to scan for stocks? Well, I use a lot. So I use FinViz Elite. TradingView does a little bit of that now. I don't really do scanning much now. I used to do a lot of that. Thinkorswim, I scan for stocks back in the day, but I don't really scan for stocks anymore. It's all about the TA to me, right? Like I hear people say, like, well, you know, if you liked it at 50 and it's at 25, why aren't you buying it at 25? Well, there's a whole psychology of investing, right? At 25, it's doing this. Why am I going to buy this and stress myself out, right? If it makes a turn and goes back up, I will buy. But if there's no support underneath that, like, that is the worst argument one could ever give me. Well, it was at 50 and you were buying at 50. Yeah, I was buying at 50 because it was doing this, right? But now it's at 25. I jumped out long time ago, right? I'll wait till it starts doing this again, and I'll jump back in. Whether that's at 27, 29, 30, 35. Again, buy high, sell higher. Right? And right now we're in a lot of chops. So it's not like I'm buying a lot. In fact, I would look, it's okay to not trade. It's okay to not trade. You don't have to be in positions, right? Coke is killing it right now. Coke's got, it's an all-time high today. Congratulations. If you're in the stock, which most of you are, if you are in an S&P ETF, it's not a big part of it, but you're in the stock. So congratulations to all of us. Where would I jump out at? So Coke's more of a, what's the dividend it's paying? 2%, 2.7%. So where to jump out? 57. 57 is where I jump out, but I don't think it's going there anytime soon. It'll continue to print. Now Pepsi, different story. I would not be in Pepsi. Coke, I would be. Pepsi's, it's 20. I saw it today. It was like, I want to say it's 20 times earnings is what Pepsi's on. So, and I'm not sure what Coke is on, but it's not that. I can sit here and look, but let me see if I can find it. I think it's at 16. I actually priced the earnings. I actually priced the earnings as there you go. I thought that was 16. CFRX, what's up? Let's look. CFRX it is. It had a nice little bounce late January. 224, you're at 320 now. Nice. That's a key. It's been riding that level. So it's consolidating right here. So that's a key level. The key level, and I'll get it right on it. 310, you're at 320. So it's been above that, but it didn't have the follow through. So again, if you haven't done my lives before, price is here. So we buy the breakout, but you got to have follow through. So you want to see 2 daily green candles above the level. So this is at 310. It's now at 320 today. I want to see 2 green candles above that, daily candles above that. That's follow through, right? Now there's a whole. That's my dad. He's saying call him. There's a whole mathematical formula to follow through, and it needs 4 days, but there's an increasing volume. There's a lot that goes into that, but the rule of thumb to me, like the basic rule of thumb, is 2 green candles above the level of interest that was resistance. There you go. That's CPRX, brother. Appreciate you, man. Who is that, by the way? Is it X Wiki? What's up, man? What if the market tanks under Biden? Then, well, that's kind of what we're seeing. I don't like I'm not a fan of Biden's, but I don't think it's all his fault, right? It's not all his fault. He ain't helping, right? He's stoking the tensions. I don't know if he thinks that's going to win him points in the midterms. I have no idea. But it's not all his fault. So I'll just say that, and you know, it is what it is. So I still think there's a lot of fear. I still think there is a lot of bleeding to be done. Right. That's why I would tell you 30% cash. Again, not financial advice. It's what I'm doing. It's what I've heard other people doing. It's what my financial advisor advised me to do. Again, he's not the smartest guy. He doesn't play the market. You know, he just likes to take little old ladies' money and invest it into spy and voodoo, right? So, but he is saying the same thing though. Viacom, yeah, didn't they just change their name and the stock tanked? Yeah, it tanked. So it's unchanged today. So it went down. Damn, it went down to 27, jumped back up to 29. It's unchanged today. You got to get above 36 for me to even play, but it's not the worst stock. Even with it going down that far, 36 is where I start to play with it. Let's call it 37-ish. All right, what do we end the day? Because Bloomberg just went to after hours. Let's see what we got here. So we didn't sell off that. We sold off, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. So here we go. So yesterday was bad. Today was, or yesterday was worse. Today was bad. So it could have been a lot worse. So I expected to see, maybe 2% down in the NASDAQ. We only got to 1%. So 1.18. Dow, half a point down is not bad. But again, half a point every day is terrible. So appreciate it, man. That was Viacom. I hope 36 a key level. By the way, did I give you the level to jump out at on the Viacom? So it literally based out on the trailing 12 months to today. 27,886. It says it's unchanged. Did something happen to the stock? Did it halt? Anyway, not sure. I can't tell from the red candle and then the down wick. Can you do me a favor and check SMFL? SMFL sounds like something else. But anyway, SMFL. I got Smart for Life on the NASDAQ. Is that, bro? It's just been out for 2 days, 3 days now. So it's going down. There's not a lot of data there. Where would I get long? I'd wait till it actually does this, goes back up, right? Because it hasn't found its bottom yet. That's SMFL. Not sure what that does. It literally has no readings at all. I couldn't even give you a Fibonacci or a regression with 3 days. Just can't do it. All right. Appreciate that, man. Thank you. Para? Let's see what Para's up to today. PRA. Oh, wrong one. Hang on. It's on Paramount is, there it is. I'm on the daily. Let me normalize here. So I can't, let me get the trailing 12 months in here. Good God, it's gone. Let me squeeze it in here. All right, man, you're not gonna like this. So you're at 28. 28 volume's kind of, it's lower, right? This is on trading. The key level for you start 36. You can nibble there and get real long at that 43. And it pumps way up here. Good God, how far did it pump up? That's awesome. Yeah. So key level, your first key level is 36, 37-ish on the Paramount. So, by the way, I do like the network. Yeah, I do like the network. They got a couple of good shows, that I watch, but I binge watch them. My fault. He said daily. 2 green candles. Yeah, two green candles, daily candles have to be up, right? That is the baseline rule of thumb. Now, there's something more complicated with 4 daily candles with increasing volume, and then there's some anyway, it gets very, very confusing, and I'm not going to confuse you guys, right? Let's keep it simple, stupid, right? So F-Cell it is. What is F-Cell up today? And then I'll take a few more guys, and I've got to roll off. If you would, please give me a follow and follow me on YouTube. I do more crypto stuff on that. Right now it's named Southside Crypto. Probably going to be named something else. So we'll see. All right. Actually, F-Cell does not look too bad. So you were down 5. It's a growth stock too. But I think you can nibble. I've got a line here. In fact, it really, at 550. You're at 501 right now. You're sitting right on a 50-day. Which is good. You're at 550. You got rejected on Monday and Tuesday from 550. You hit it, and that was the resistance. 550. You want to see the follow through, and then where you get where I think you get a little bit longer is at that 780ish mark. So there you go. When I might jump out because it's going to, it's $5. So a $5 stock now is called a penny stock. So just so you know. I'd jump out at 340-ish. So, and you were there the late January. So, that's F-Cell. Congratulations. MRO, one of my favorites. I've got a call on it, and it's unchanged today, but I'm staying long. So the call is up February 25th. So I'm not up much. I'm up like 20% is all. So it's not, like I'm right at break even, I believe. I think I'm a little bit below it, but yeah, I hadn't made any money at it because I think I got it on a VIX spike. I think the VIX that day was like 27 or 28. It spiked that day. It spiked today too. It went to 20. Like you really want it under 21, guys. The VIX today was at 27, and I think it went to 28. Then it came back down, maybe to 26. Again, the key level in the VIX is 21, right? And if you want to know how to figure out what the market's going to do that day, you take the VIX, divide by 16. Don't ask me why it's 16. I don't know. But you take the VIX. So it's 27 divided by 16, and that's what the market could move down or up that day. That's how you find out how far the market could move. So thank you, guys. I really appreciate you guys following me in my adventure, following me upon my. I mean, every person says that. VFV it is. I think you can stay long here. I've got so it's at 104. I got to jump out at 101. So watch out for that. I mean, it doesn't move much. It's moved in the last 6 months. It's moved from 93 to 110. So it's not going to move around much, right? It's not bad. Where I get long, 107. You're 104 right now. So that is VFVA. Is that correct? Yeah, that's the ETF value fund. Yeah, value factor is what they call it, but it's a value fund is what it is. Does it pay a dividend? 1.68% dividend. Nice. BDSI. Let's do a little BDSI. Bio delivery. Don't know anything about this stock. Never seen it. So here you go. It's just gone sideways all year. It dumped in December, climbed back up to where it was in July, August, and a little bit in September, and then October. So it just keeps beating that, man. So it's just going side. Oh, I'm sorry. No. I'm wrong. I am wrong. Did not see the can. They were hiding the candles from me. So this thing just jumped. Oh yeah, you stay longer. This thing was up barely today, but it jumped. What did it jump? Good God, it jumped from 367 to over $5, 550. You're at 556. I think you stay long here, but I would seriously consider taking profits. Right? Is this a biotech? Yes, it is. Can seriously consider taking a lot of profits. Again, not financial advice. It could continue to go up, but if it was going to do that, it wouldn't be going like this the last 4 days, right? At the 550 mark, right? So clearly you want to stay long above 437. You already know that, but there is once it starts to break down, it could literally fall very, very quickly to that 440, 450-ish mark. So watch it. But if I were you, and if you were in this before, I'd be taking profits unless you know something that I don't, which, the relative strength's at 88, and it's been there for like 4 days. So congratulations, man. That's a big win. Again, in chop like this, take profits, man. I'm telling you, take profits. I'm not saying take all profits, although that's not a bad idea too. Again, thank you guys. All right, so we'll run through crypto. I'll do Palantir and we'll run through crypto one more time. You'll be saying I'm not support Trump. Pretty sure he's. Man, if y'all want me to talk about Trump, I'll do it for 1 second. Like, I think he did some good things, but my thing is this. I'd like to see Ron DeSantis, right? Because the best thing that like, literally Trump going off of Twitter was the best thing that ever happened to him. Because we all forget about that. How every day was just drama, right? Good, bad, or indifferent, it was just drama. And it's draining, right? I'd like to see him back, Ron DeSantis. What would be fun to me is if he ran for a congressional seat in the House and then was elected Speaker of the House. I'd love to see that. And I would not put that past him, but of course he's already been president, so that might be beneath him. Point is though, I'll probably go with Ron DeSantis, but Trump's going to have to basically drop out. So Palantir it is, PLTR. Yeah, so it's literally based out today in the trailing 12 months. I think it did go up in the final, but it's down 6 today. It could be a $5 stock. I like it long term. I like the company long term. I like what they do. I like the founders. I like the sector that they're in, right? I do not like this chart. So I would tell you that I think there's more blood to be shed, and this is one of the stocks. There's probably 400 stocks that I would not be in right now. This is one of those, right? Big time growth stocks that pumped up well. What is the price to earn? 57. 57. And I thought Coke was high at 27. So that's the PE of this. So I just don't see it right now. Let cash flow catch back up. Let the PE come down and let the momentum flow, baby. Because it's at the end of the day, it's all about price. So appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Dropped him. Mazars dropped him. I'm not sure who you're talking about. Square is just, again, another stock that could go very much lower. I would not be in Square right now. Again, not financial bias, just what I would jump out. I like Palantir. Square, I held Square for a very long time, for like 2 years. So I love Square. Love what they're doing at the block there. So SLBK, EXPI, what is that one? EXPI, World Holdings. So this is not in the worst state. So it's a real estate services, but it's not a REIT. Is it give me a dividend? No. Well, it's a small one. It based out at 21.93. You're at 20. Had a bad day at 24. Unless you know something, I cannot it needs to reattain for you 31. You're at 24.56 right now. Sorry, 24.69 right now is where you're at. You need to really reattain 31. It's 31.45. Let's call it 31.50. Needs to reattain that. See some follow through. Bangers. There you go. That's XPI. What else we got? Square. Square to me is still probably overvalued. What is the Square price to earnings right now? 109. 109. Yes, it's overvalued. You know, it's great when the rates are low. The rates aren't going to stay low, right? And the market is forward looking. So yeah, 109. Good God. All right. So Lucid we did. SBLK. I'll look at that one, and then I'll do Lucid, and then one more on deck. Oh, SB. Marine, yeah, dude, stay long, man. I'd stay long above 25. You're at 29. You hit an all-time high today and brought it back. So, congratulations. If that's a very good. Is this the one that's got a high? Yeah. Okay, guys. This is a very, very good stock. So let me tell you, one, it's hitting all-time highs. Clearly they carry crude. They're in bulk shipments of crude in their marine shipping, right? They pay a 16%, almost a 17% dividend too, right? A lot of people are running to this, thus the stock is running up, right? So this is a very, very, very good stock, that one you might want to hold right now, especially with it paying 17%. 17%. That's probably one of the top 5 highest you will see currently right now. 17%. We like the 6 and the 7%, right? Dividend with the stock making all-time highs. This was making all-time highs with 17%, right? And a lot of people are running it. So stay long. This is, in fact, SBLK is B1 that I actually might get into. Congrats if you're in that stock, man. That's awesome. Crow, I'm kind of pulling back on Crow. I'm not going to do the TA. Crow, I'd stay long, though. Ford, I'd stay long. I guess I'm going to do a little. Well, Ford, let me back up. I'm long above 19. It's been consolidating at 18. I have no idea why. There's nothing there. There's kind of an lower upper trend. So watch it. I'd like it above 19. All right, we did Square, Facebook. I'll end with Facebook, guys. I really appreciate you guys. I really do. Facebook down again. Holy, this is the surrender Cobra right here, right? Oh, it's at 206. A play might be, will it go lower? I believe it probably will. Again, not financial advice, but probably will. They have a lot to make up, right? If you could pull out the 12 or the 10 billion they're spending for the metaverse, you would get back up there. But it looks like Zuck is a savage. He's all in. He ain't pulling back. They are now, I want to say they're the 11th largest company by market cap. They were the 3rd. All right, so how you might play it. Let's just say it does turn around at 245-ish. If it does turn around, which I don't think it will, but if it does, it's going to run very close to 289. So 245, I think you can nibble. Understand it could run easily to that let's call it 290, 295-ish, right? That's how I'd play it. All right, guys, with that being said, I'm going to hit it. I got to run. It's Friday. Congratulations. You made it to the weekend. We got a 3-day weekend. Monday is President's Day, so the markets will not be open. So understand that. So watch when I'd be watching the crypto markets, I'd be watching the crypto markets. Thank you guys. I really appreciate you guys. Have a good weekend as well. I really appreciate. I learn as much from you guys as hopefully you learn from me. Crypto's probably, if it's going to go to a low point, I would think it's probably going to be on Sunday. So we'll be watching that, and then we'll see on Monday what happens with the crypto markets, because you got a little. And now, guys, now not that I'm a big proponent of FTX, but FTX you can now trade stocks 24/7. Not all the stocks, but large mega caps right now on FTX. Right, that's Sam Brinkman. What's his name? Sam Brinkman Freud's. Is that how you say it? Or Friedman? Whatever it is, the billionaire who's 27. So, or 28. So, with that being said, guys, you have a great weekend. Watch your six. You go hard in the paint, and we will see you next time. Appreciate you guys.